So I'm gonna come over to my squat rack here, which, like I said, a door frame would work just fine. We're gonna throw our leg up on our wall, our door frame, whatever. This could be a corner of a wall so that you can throw your one leg up on the corner and your other leg is free to go through. Same rule with this other leg that isn't up on the wall. I don't care if you want it straight or if you want it bent. Do whatever you prefer, whatever feels better for you. We're fine with either one. And so we're gonna hang out in a stretch here for a little bit. So when we get our leg up there, we're gonna keep a little bend in it, and we're also gonna find a little arch in our low back. Now, for this class, because this is really a recovery focused class, I'm also gonna let you be as passive as you wanna be in this. So when you're creating that arch in your low back, I'm also okay with you taking your hands, sliding them underneath of your low back and kind of pelvis, and then using that to keep an arch in your low back so that you don't even have to work for it. If you have shoulder mobility problems, do the shoulder mobility classes. But also you can use a rolled up towel or something underneath your low back as well if having your hands here is too uncomfortable. So when we do our pails, which we will be doing here, we're not going to be doing the rails, but we will be doing the pails. We're going to do it by thinking about trying to do two things, and you can kind of play with how much of each you want to use. I like to think about one, trying to drive my leg down like this or extend my hip, but also trying to drag my heel down. And like I said, you can kind of play with whether you want it to be a 50-50 between those actions. If you feel it a little bit more where you want to feel it when you think about dragging your whole leg down versus just pulling your heel down, then you can go that route. But play around with it and see whatever feels best for you. But it'll be some combination of those two things. We're now going to start our pails. We're going to hold this one for a little while. So we're going to slowly start to irradiate. Everything's going to stiffen up a little bit. You're not going to go crazy. I don't need to see you making any faces. Don't need to see your neck tighten up or anything like that. And you're just going to find, again, that combination of trying to swipe your whole leg down and kind of push the wall away from you or extend your hip, but also trying to pull your knee down and just find that line in your hamstrings and start to load it. So again, wherever feels tight for you, you're going to start to engage that tight tissue and work your way up nice and slow, 10%, 20%, 30%. If you want to stay at 30%, stay there. If you want to go a little more, give me 40, maybe 50, 60 tops, and then we're just going to hold. And maintain that for a little while. We're going to engage that tissue and just keep it engaged at length. Now the whole time you're doing this, you're going to be restricting blood flow to some degree, and then as we slowly relax, more blood is going to come pooling into that tissue. Now again, we don't have to do rails on this one. So in about 5 seconds, you're just going to slowly relax with me. Don't just go right down to zero. Think about slowly turning that volume dial back down, slowly starting to relax now, staying in that stretch, staying in that position, but starting to let that contraction kind of come out and then just hanging out. So make sure you don't go from 0 to 100, or in this case 0 to 60 tops, and then just go from 60 right back down to 0. We want to have a slow climb and then a slow taper all the way back down.